Good evening, everyone. Happy Wednesday is hump day, hump day. I am so happy for you to be joining me tonight with some more very good information that we have for the community. But let me start off by introducing myself. I am Atanya Jean Funny, your audacious advocate and candidate for commissioner, District 3, Clayton County, Georgia. And as we talk about moving our county forward, I just want to let you all know whether or not you live in my county or another place. The information that I'm going to bring to you tonight is something that you need to go back and see, well, what's going on where I live, okay? And it is really important. Tonight, we are talking about economic development. And when we think about economic development, the one thing that probably comes to some people's minds may be, oh, businesses, what industries are in your area. But the underlying part of that is tax base. This portion helps with the tax base so that the goods and services that we need for our community is not always just on the backs of property owners. So as we increase our business tax base, it also increases what we can have in our community. So I have none other today than our economic development director joining me today, Miss Erica Rocker, and we're going to get into some nitty gritty about economic development. So let me bring her to the stage so she can introduce herself properly. Hi, Erica.
Hello, Miss Funny. Good to see you.
Good to see you also. So, first, I just like for people to know a little bit about my guests. What do you want to share about yourself?
I am the Economic Development Director for Clayton County Board of Commissioners. I know and I preach fully every day that Clayton County is where the world lands and opportunities take off. We are home to all things from small business to big business to agricultural to office to medical to good government schools, parks and rec, quality of life. I have the distinct honor to share and present that to the world, especially business and industry that's looking to land. Clayton County is my fourth stop in my professional career in terms
Okay.
of jurisdictions where I've worked in the field of economic development, and I'm so very excited and love this platform.
Yes, I see you everywhere representing Clayton County,
Yes.
and you always do a really nice job. So, one of the things before we get started, before we go on, can you just explain to our residents and to my audience what are the tiers and what do they represent? Because we hear a lot about that.
Yeah, sure. I'd like to. Um, so, you know, I always try to explain economic development with analogies because it
Okay.
helps it click for people sometimes. And so, your tier, just as you don't determine your own credit score, some algorithm out there does it for you. And some of us may like or not like what we see on the end. And we're told how we can improve that. That is a form of analogy of how counties get their tier rankings. So every year, the Department of Community Affairs issues a letter to all the counties. There are 159 counties in Georgia, and they tell you what your tax credit ranking tier is. There's tier 1 through 4. Tier 1 are for counties that are considered less developed, and they use a variety of data sources that are not really managed by the county or the government themselves. They go all the way up to the federal, and they look at the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics. They look at census data. They look at what they call underdeveloped census tracts. And communities with a military base, which even though Gillum has closed, um, if you have what they call a former military zone, all of those things affect your tax credit rating because they look at it as this is like a brownfield that has to be redeveloped. And so Clayton County has the ranking of tier one. And what that means is that for every job that comes to the county, whether it be big business or small, there is a $4,000 job tax credit. Now, this is a good thing, and many citizens see that as a negative because it's tier one and not tier four, which is the highest. Well, tier four only offers $750 per job tax credit because they are very well built out. So, when projects are looking to locate in the state, the mandate is they must research tier one counties first so that the job balance scale can get equalized. So it is a protection and a looking out form that Georgia is doing. Now, many rural counties participate in that. Not many metro counties can be considered tier one. Clayton County is. We have a large, because of our poverty rate, we click over into that tier one tax credit um, jurisdiction. But it's not something we're consulted on. We don't get to choose or vote or change. What the only thing that will change it is an exorbitant amount of new development. Now we have moved up. There are 71 counties out of 159 in Georgia that are in that tier one bracket, and so where you rank from highest to lowest. And so we're at number 14 or 13 right now. So we're
Okay.
inching up there. When I took this job, we were in that, what you call the bottom 40. And so we should be matriculating out into tier two soon. Now that's great, but then we'll have to change all of our documents because we'll only offer $1,800 per job created. So if a company has a choice and they're bringing 3,000 jobs, they may want to go to a tier one county like Spalding um, to uh, so they can get the higher benefit on their money
But we're
as
going
opposed to
to, well, one of the things that we're going to emphasize on to have them to come is to make sure we have the workforce,
right
that portion of it, a trained workforce, so that they would still, because we want the value of them coming to us with the
first.
quality of life that we have, workforce development that we have. Um, some really nice people here, and then those resources that they need. So we want them to still come, even though they're going to get a lower tax credit. It's going to be okay because I think at the end of the day, it's going to help our tax base as residents and property owners.
Yeah, and they look at a variety of factors. It's not
Hmm.
always incentives or money. It can be
That's
location,
right.
price of land. It could be my CEO is from here. There are all sorts of reasons. I do a presentation ever so often called "How This Becomes That," and I
Hmm.
start with a blank canvas or a blank piece of land, and I juxtapose it with a booming development. And it really is a science and a strategy to how companies choose their locates. But yes. Mhm.
Yeah. And we have the survey that is out now that the residents have been taking to look at our comprehensive plan that we are developing now.
Mhm.
And so some of those things that they find from that may also help to attract the businesses that we want to see here.
Right.
Um, so I know that one of the things that one of the big projects that is about to open is our incubator program. And this is going to be really wonderful for our developing businesses. So you want to tell me more about it, where it is, how did it, because now I did see the presentation that was very, very thorough. And so I know from the presentation that that organization gave that we're going to have to pick and choose some of those things that we want to focus on for our incubator program. So can you tell our audience about that?
Yes, absolutely. The citizens of Clayton County collected money in a 2015 SPLOST for a small business incubator. And that day swiftly is here in that we were able to identify a property to buy, so we didn't have to build this building. And we purchased back in May, 6670 Merchants Way, right on the loop of South Lake Mall. That is a very active part of the county, that exit 233, with all of the amenities of our county kind of being
Because that was
represented there.
the old Social Security
It is
office.
also a security building. It's a 19,000 square foot building that will be home to our small business incubator. And many people don't know what an incubator is. And so we're going to really rename that more of a business resource center. It'll also be
Okay.
the home of the Office of Economic Development. And let me just encourage all your listeners to definitely go back and look at my presentation to the Board of Commissioners on January 9th. Where I laid out a full scope of not only incoming projects, but we talked about the incubator and a survey we have out there right now that's still running, that they can access through the county's website, even off of ClaytonCountyGA.gov, to voice their views of what you'd like to see in your incubator, because it'll be a place pretty much where, if you're in business and you don't know where to go right now, some people meander into the chamber, or they'll come into our office only if they know what it is they actually need. Kind of like if your tooth
Mhm.
hurts, you don't go to the hairdresser, you go find a dentist. So
Exactly.
the incubator is going to be that RX that the doctor is in for business in the county. If you've got a paper napkin idea and you're like, this is going to be big, I just don't know where to start, you can come in there for classes, programming, information on funding, every all the hand holding that a small business might need. We plan to have our partners teaching that in this incubator. And
Oh,
of
tell me
course,
about some of the partners.
well, our partners are those who we already have in place, and they're just chomping at the bit. They can't wait for us to tell them
Wow.
when to plug and play. So that would be our funders like Lyft and ACE, which is Access to Capital for Entrepreneurs, the Axion Corp, which loans to minorities, that focuses on women development and minority developers. The LISC Fund, which also has a huge nod to demographics like Clayton in terms of their support services for business. But the Small Business Development Center at Clayton State University is a big partner with us already. In addition to that, the Clayton Chamber and their Small Business University, it's going to be ours to really craft out and plug and play when this will be. So I put together what I thought would be a wonderful and attractive strategy. It's not solid yet, so I can't present it to the world right now. We're doing the build out of the space, but it'll be everything from, you know, manufacturing Mondays, small business Thursdays, show me the money Fridays, whatever creative ways we come up with, how the instructional side of the incubator will be. And we'll have a snack bar in there as well. There will be space in there for some teleworking. Um, we want to engage the corporate community to be a part of this, because funding is always important when you have an incubator or a resource center. We plan to have a satellite office in there for the county, so we don't have to send these entrepreneurs on their way. They can, hey, we'll have a small section where they can get their permit and business license right there.
Oh, okay.
So,
So they won't have to go to community development to
no,
do these things.
no, this will be
Oh,
an
that's
extension of
awesome.
their office. And so, with our offices being in the building as well, we're there to cover any other questions they may have in terms of site selections and locations and all the things we provide for the Department of Economic Development.
Oh, that's going to be really, really wonderful, because you can have a good idea, but having that support and backing
Yes,
is definitely needed for our small businesses. So
yes.
when you all have an idea of when it's going to be up and running, because this is
Well,
really
we just
exciting.
chose the contractor to build out the inside. The building is in great shape. I can't say
That's
that enough.
awesome.
And
Hmm.
so, but we just need to move some things around, of course, to create our office space and make it separate so that the incubator, which is going to be off and running, can have its classroom space and
Hmm.
good, fresh paint colors that are inspiring for young entrepreneurs or more seasoned entrepreneurs. It's not just for the young. And
Yeah.
so we're looking at that. So we're working on choosing the contractor right now. We finished the bid RFP contest and we've done an evaluation. So once we interview the those who made it to that phase will be submitting that company to the Board of Commissioners to approve, and they can get to work. I want to be in there by May. That might be rather
Oh, this
aggressive.
year,
Pardon? Yeah,
May
yeah.
of this year.
Oh, of this year, yeah, definitely.
Oh,
The
that would
goal
be
is this year.
awesome.
Mhm, mhm.
That's good that the building was well taken care of. So a lot of the issues that you would have with some of the other buildings, you know what I like about that too is that we're taking a building that already exists, because we have a lot of those buildings. We're just gonna tell the truth. We
So
have a
true.
lot of vacant buildings in Clayton County that we would like to see used, and maybe some of these small businesses that are coming in will be able to use that space also.
Right. Absolutely.
So I also know that we have a couple of new companies that have come to Clayton County.
Yes, we do. You know, people tend to notice if there's a Macy's going up or something that, touches their everyday life, so to
Hmm.
speak, like a restaurant or a store that they shop on a regular basis. But we don't always tend to notice what's happening in our industrial parks around the county, which is really the bread and butter of Clayton County. And I'm a huge proponent for big business. In fact, I took this job in Clayton because I've never worked industrial markets. And I thought, what a great way to stretch my resume. What is this all about? And I have been bitten by the bug. So, in our industrial parks, they're not your industrial parks of old. Many of them, especially new constructions, require innovative new office space of 20, sometimes 30,000 square feet of the
Oh
office,
wow, those are
and
big.
the rest is the where the actual work of the industry goes on, whether it's distribution and cataloging, or whether it's manufacturing, or warehousing products that are waiting to be stacked and shipped to the port of Savannah or to the airport. Very important to our commerce and where we are. But our new
Hmm.
company is Glasses USA, which I'm so excited about, doing a big community welcome. I'm helping company executives plan a good date for that right now. They are the second largest retailer of online glasses prescription. If you wear glasses, sunglasses, or prescription readers or others, more than likely they came through Glasses USA. And
Oh wow,
so
that's a
they,
really huge company.
oh my goodness, they took over about 40,000 square feet of space in District 2 of Clayton County. It's unincorporated Clayton, and they have about 100 employees. They're able to take your online prescription, and there, it's not just industrial. They have what we call STEM. They are making the lenses and the glasses there. They're warming up those frames and popping the lenses in and testing it in their quality assurance, and then it ships out into another department that it goes to packaging, and the trucks pick it up and it takes them to the port or to the airport. They ship all over the world. Very excited about this company. They're currently working on a retail store. They only have one right now, which is in New York, but they're currently about to open one in Miami and in Boston. We hope they'll eventually open one in Clayton County. We'd love to
Oh,
have them
absolutely.
do
I was
that.
thinking that. I'm waiting for you to say they opening one in Clayton County now.
Not yet. They just finished their $10 million investment on this high tech lab where robots do some of the work, and then their workers are doing this other part. But it's fascinating to see. We'll be having a tour with our commissioners, and we've invited the governor's office down as well. This is a headquarters company. This is not a satellite location. So we're very pleased. This started out as Project Vision, and we're happy that through our work of presenting sites, they've landed in Clayton County. And that's the work of our office that you don't always
Hmm.
see. It's like planting corn, and 9 months later, you've got a huge stalk of there and something we can all eat and enjoy. And that's how economic development works. It's conversations and seeds and marketing. But we're happy about Glasses USA. We're happy about GSK Steel Stamping, which make all
Oh, what's
those,
that?
well, they make all the parts for automakers, not all automakers, but their book of business is Tesla, Mercedes, BMW. So, those important pieces that you may not see that, but they hold your car together, like maybe a metal plate that goes under your undercarriage, or on your pedals that you're pushing when you are driving. or what's holding your seatbelt in place. So they are advanced manufacturing. They have a $243 million book of business that they just moved into the county about 95 days ago, almost 100 days. And
Oh
we
wow.
are
Okay.
proud to have them here, 150,000 square feet, 100 employees, just high paying salaries, and a remarkable company that we expect to grow. They're already looking for more space. They just got here. So they bought a building that fit what they were already doing. And so they were able to add in and keep working and not interrupt. But very pleased with this company, and the state worked with them along with the Georgia Minority Manufacturers Association. So we are happy that they're calling Clayton home. As we say all the time, where the world lands and opportunities take off, but opportunities also expand. And so
Mm-hmm.
we're happy to have GSK Steel Stamping here. Addition to that, the state of Georgia itself has become our newest customer. They closed on their building December 19th, over off Citizens Parkway in unincorporated Clayton, but that will be a state office that handles probation and other things for the whole South Metro region. And they signed a 15-year lease, and we're very excited about having them as a customer in Clayton County when they could have been anywhere South Metro, from Henry to Spalding to South Fulton. But they deem us as a good location, and that's going to help. Having them present helps that tier one status and other ways of investment. So with all of this investment, I expect the next year of calculation, these projects will be calculated in that and boost us.
Oh, that's good. Let me ask you now, with these companies, how do our residents find out about the jobs that may be available with these companies?
And finding out jobs, they will have to contact the companies themselves and look on their websites. Many of them always have careers and employment on their homepage, and that's how you do it. And in our department, we don't necessarily cover that piece of it. We're happy to give out the
Mm-hmm.
information, but the companies do their own hiring. They usually use staffing services, if not their own HR, for more white collar jobs. But if anyone out there just needs somewhere to start, we do recommend Invest Clayton or the
Okay.
Clayton Chamber. We use them as our workforce development partners. That's what they are charged to do. And I lean on them when a company tells me, hey, I've got 100 positions I'm going to be hiring for. Right away, we plug them into Invest Clayton and to the chamber so that Invest Clayton can assist them in creating a job fair, getting the word out to our citizenry, and
Mm-hmm.
anything workforce development related. That's their part of the three-legged stool of economic development. But of course, if someone's lost and just doesn't know, they can call our office. We'll connect them with the right agency.
Yeah, I think half of the battle is just making sure that our residents know. So, like while we're very excited to have these companies here in our county, I think another leg of it that we may need to, revisit that and tighten it up is making
Yep.
sure that our residents also are able to reap the benefits of these companies being here by being able to be employed. I know one of the things that helps with just quality of life is not having to get on 75 to go to your job. So,
Right,
being able to have a job closer to home
right.
would be great also. So that might be something we want to look into with you said with Invest Clayton and with the is that what you said with the chamber also?
Uh-huh. And the chamber, they are, yes, they workforce development is what the service that they provide to our citizens in terms of connectivity. They
Mm-hmm.
themselves don't do the hiring, screening, etc.,
Yeah.
but they
Mm-hmm. But
they
I
make
think it's a matter
sure,
of just letting our citizens know
letting them
that
know.
these opportunities are out there. Like I just got a call, I just got a call last night of a grandmother. My son graduated from college, and he's interested in this field. Do what do you know? How can we assist him to get him into the workforce? Things and I know I'm sure people all over have those issues. So if we
Right.
have all these national fabulous companies coming to our area, we definitely want to tap into using our workforce also.
We do.
Yeah. So, what else would you want to share with our community about economic development these
Yes, and
last
I'll
couple
say this
minutes?
before, I have to click off. I have a huge meeting at the airport, but I would just like
Yes,
to say
another
to
huge
them,
meeting. We like that.
that's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah, y'all want me to get to this meeting quick, but
Yeah,
I, I
absolutely.
I'm available to talk to our citizens at any time. And thank you,
Hmm.
Miss Funny, for
You are.
this platform. I would like your listeners to know and your viewers to know that the Office of Economic Development has tentacles all over the state and even up to the federal government. And so, if you are a small business person, do yourself a favor and schedule an appointment with either myself or our project manager. We're training everyone in our staff to be able to answer some of these extreme or refer some of our extended partners for resources to the business community. If you're a home based business, even, you could be leaving money on the table by not knowing what's out there and what's available to you. And so make an appointment with us. We're located within the buildings of the Clayton Chamber for now. We are their
Okay.
tenant, but we look forward to moving out. But our services don't stop. So this is we're in the middle of the budget year, but we're in a new calendar year, and so we've
Hmm.
got our economic development week coming up, where we always do a small business resource fair, and it has grown from 4 vendors to we had 15 vendors last year. So please listen and look out for those types of things so that you will be informed as a small business person or even as a person considering entrepreneurship. There are great resources out there for you. You don't have to go it alone. And it's our job to connect you to where to go, who can hold your hand, and help you be mighty and great. And we hope that you'll plant that in Clayton County.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to my viewers
My
about, we're taking the mystery out of it. We're taking the
yes,
mystery out of it and know that, there are warm, caring people right here in Clayton County that is willing and able to help anyone that wants to build their business, create their business, things like that. We don't have to go it alone. I like you saying that we do not have to go it alone.
you
And
don't.
it helps to build our community in the process. So thank you so much, Erica, for joining me. And I'm gonna let you go because we want to
Yes.
see about we want to hear about the next meeting.
Well, please have me back and keep being that vibrant voice for Clayton County. You are a huge advocate for this county and a big supporter of wanting to see good, positive change, smart growth. So thank you, Miss Funny, for having me and take care.
Thank you.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Listen, there's so many great things going on. When we say there are great things going on in Clayton County, there really is. And what I like about our government is that they listen. And if you have an idea that stretches us to the next level, they want to hear it and they want to find out, what are you doing? How can we service you? How can we help you to grow your business? I am super excited about our small business resource center. So we're not going to call it incubator, small business resource center, because as a small business owner myself, there are always questions that we have of how we what we need to do to get to the next level. And I am a big proponent of being able to work close to home. I honestly feel that it helps with our stress levels. We look at our community and you talk about high blood pressure and diabetes and all these other things. What are the things that has been one of the things that causes those types of health issues is stress. And so if you can go to the doctor close to home, if you can go to work close to home, um, have entertainment close to home, all of those things will help with our stress level. And that is when we say a good quality of life, all of those things come in there. So I'm excited about the new businesses that are coming in, and I hope that they really work within our community to get to know us and to be a benefit to our community as a whole, from recreation to our business world, to bring all of that knowledge in. So, I want to remind everyone to please go to my A Gene Funny Community Conversations group and join my group. All right, join my group. And I am super, super, super excited to announce that I will be hosting a Valentine's Day comedy show with our friend Griff from Erica Campbell Morning Show. He's bringing a few friends, and we are going to enjoy Valentine's Day with your bae or your bestie. All right. It's going to be a really, really nice event. That information is coming. We can celebrate Valentine's Day on the day, Wednesday, and not have to travel far from home to do it. So I'm looking forward to sharing that event with you. And I just thank you all so, so much for joining me today. I hope you learned something. Look, if you're a small business owner, get ready. You don't even have to get ready. You can go ahead. Erica said, go ahead and make an appointment with our economic development office, and let's analyze where you are and where you want to go. And there are other business organizations that I am going to introduce you all to. Or reintroduce you to, because there are so many different sources out there where you can get that assistance that you need. So, and like she said, we want to court big businesses as well as small business owners, because that is really the backbone of our economy, of the U.S. economy. I'm not just talking about Clayton County. Small business is the backbone of the U.S. economy. And it's all about making those relationships and building these businesses so we can work, play, and live close to home. So, on that note, thank you so much for joining me this evening. And you all have a fabulous evening, and I will see you next time.